Hello, you're still watching Meet the Brentstones episode on YouTube. Um, just that things will be a little bit different for the next few episodes, videos. I am currently in Fürth in Bavaria, near Nürnberg, and my husband Wyman and my son Glenn are at home on the pony farm. And since I'm here, the next videos will deal not with the pony farm, but with what I'm doing here, more or less, at least. It will be very brief episodes. Tomorrow I will show you a little bit the city here, very beautiful town. And why am I here? I am an intern at the moment at the city theater here. I am an intern as a stage assistant director. I think that's how you call it. I'm pretty much the assistant to the assistant director for 4 weeks. I've already made it through 1.5 weeks, which were very, very busy, and I didn't have time at all to make a video or anything. The first 1.5 weeks we spent at the rehearsal stage, and it was very exhausting. But it's a very interesting internship. Watching how the director is guiding the actors. It's a 2-actor play. It's a musical, actually, the story of my life. It was also on Broadway. It's, I think, originally it was performed in Toronto first, I think, in 2006. Why am I here? Brief explanation, I think, is that 2017 so far was a very difficult year. The worst part of 2017 is that my mother passed away in April, which I think is the biggest reason for me changing something in my life. For the last 4 years, I've spent my time pretty much at home. I've worked as a translator and editor in my home office, and also did other things. I mean, still the documentary work on our Glenn Jolson documentary, which is supposed to be coming out next year. And I was doing podcasts and stuff. I mean, and also work for the art association I'm a member of, organizing exhibitions and writing articles for art catalogs and stuff. But nothing really for money. It's just stuff you do because you love it. Except for the translation work and the editing work, subtitle editing work I did. That was for money. And then I also went into social media management and a little bit into graphic design. I'm still doing that. So I focused a lot on having a home office and working from there. And now, with the death of my mother, many things changed. I think it started before, but that was, I think, the last incident that really changed or made something click in my mind to really say, no, I need to go back where I came from. When I started my studies in 2002, I was actually focusing a lot on theater. I did an internship then. It's 13 years ago now, at theater in Kiel, and then I went into filmmaking and film pretty much. My mother lived a very isolated life on where the pony farm is now. This is where I grew up by choice, but I don't think she was aware of the fact that there was a choice. She was not happy and did not live a full life. I mean, she wasted so many years. I mean, it's a tough conclusion. And I think she felt it, I guess more subconsciously though, because she was not a happy woman, especially at the end of her life. She was very, very frustrated and angry, and life was very difficult for all of us. And I do not want to end like that. So I felt for a while that deciding to move back home where I grew up might have not been the best idea. I did that for our son. He can grow up with lots of animals and everything. And I enjoy farm life. I mean, I love taking care of animals and everything, but I also have a head and a brain, and I would like to do more with it. And the home office jobs were not really, I miss civilization. I miss talking to people, interacting with people, and especially theater people. They're intelligent, they are sensitive. I love the director and the actors, just three people, and of course the team around it. But everybody's and it's so normal for them to have sensitive antennas, and I am the least sensitive one. While where I grew up, I was the insanely sensitive one. So it all matters. What matters is the place you live in, or the people you surround yourself with. Yeah, so I turned 40 at the end of the year, so I felt like now, with my mother's passing, and that really changes you, and the fact that I will turn 40 now, I thought, you either do it now or never. And then the Jolson documentary work is coming to an end. I mean, 2 or 3 things are still left to shoot, but it's basically all done. I mean, not edited yet, but at least in the head it is done. My studies, I will finish them in January, after not being so sure if I ever finish them or not, because I always felt like I will never need them really for work. But I will finish them, especially if I do want to go back to the theater and stay there, then it makes sense to have a finished degree. So 2017 feels like a year where many things came to an end, and it's time for a new chapter. So I threw myself into this chance, and I actually got this job, which is not paid, although I will get a little bit from the director out of his own pocket, which is very nice. But I do not have an official contract with the theater, so. But it is a tough job. I mean, we're rehearsing from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., sometimes longer. I'm usually home between 7 and 8, and that is really, really exhausting, especially when before you had a completely different rhythm of life. I did work, but I was sitting most of the time. I didn't interact a lot with people. That is exhausting as well. And I didn't have to use my brain so much, but more physical labor. It's wonderful, but it is exhausting, and I needed at least a week to really get into this rhythm and getting used to it. Yeah, it's now almost 2 a.m. Since we did have a change in the rehearsal times. I'm back to my very old unhealthy rhythm of staying up too late. The past 1.5 weeks it worked perfectly fine, because I was so exhausted. I went to bed very early. But today we had a recording session with 4 little boys for the play, which took place in the afternoon, and then nothing really took place other than I will have to do some things tomorrow, copying the script, and I did some changes to the script. I was asked to do that. And yeah, tomorrow will be an exhausting day, because I have to walk to the copy shop, I have to do some shopping, then I have to walk to the theater to do the copying. And then I have to get to the rehearsal stage, which is a little far out. I have to walk there. It's 30 minutes walk, because I cannot use my car at the moment, because the city is blocked, the streets here, because of an upcoming fest. Anyway, that's it for now, and I hope you enjoy the upcoming videos. I will post a little bit here and there from my time here in Fürth.